Hello guys, welcome back to our part 3 of our Android tutorials that we had. Okay, so this is the continuation of the part 2, and the part 2, if we are to recap of what we did the last time. We were trying to avoid the usage of Android button widgets in our XML file. So now if we have an XML file which is containing a button call like this, then the Lint framework should help you to notify to you that this button call shouldn't be used in the project source code, and it is being replaced by the custom view that we have generated for it, or we have designed for. And the custom view is, in our case, we are using my button CV. Okay, so if you hover the cursor or the mouse pointer on the button, you see that the Lint will suggest to you the correct or the proper view button that you are supposed to use. So here it will suggest to you, then you just replace the button with our custom view, which is, in our case, my button CV. Okay, so this is the recap of what we did in our last tutorials. Okay, so we want to also achieve this purpose in our Java files or in our Java source code. So whenever we want to call, sorry guys, I think I did something, but let me try to undo what I did, then we can see the clean source code. Okay, so here we want to do, whenever a button is called, an Android widget button is called in our Java source code, we again want the Lint framework to suggest to you that the button is no more used in our source code, and the button should be replaced with my button CV that we just generated. So what are we going to do? So now let's try to modify our custom button detector that we did in our last tutorials. So for you to achieve this in Java, you have to implement source code scanner, and after the implementation of the source code scanner, we first of all try to get all the applicable UAST types. Guys, if you want to understand the meaning of UAST type, I think you can research around this, and it will give you a refined meaning and details of UAST types. So here we want to scope our UAST types to uCall expressions, every call expressions. Okay, so that's what we are scoping to. So we try to return only our UAST types. That is the uCall expression. Okay, uCall expression. After the return of this, then we need to create a Java visitor that will walk us through all the trees. So it will walk us through every element that is being contained in the tree collected by the Lint. So what do you have to do? So we have to implement the create UAST handler. Then we try to have implementation of this. So here, after since we are scoping up to the uCall expression, again you have to, whenever all these expression has been returned to us, you have to visit those expression one by one, and this is the method that does that, visit call expression. And what we have to do, so here it is not just that this node, the node here can be a lot of expressions in our Java files, and we don't want that, and that's going to be a lot of complexities. Okay, we don't want everything. All that we need is a button. So let me just try to have a reference of the button, and this is the button, that the Android button that we do not want to use in our team source code anymore. So let's try to put it here, and we call it custom, we call it Android button. I think that would be better. Let's call it Android button. This is Android button. Okay, so here what we have to do is, first of all, let's try to get the PSI type. So PSI type, which is this. Then we try to get a node dot get the expression type. Then we have to, because sometimes not all the node will have expression type, so we have to check it against null. So if null not equal to PSI type and PSI type dot get conical text dot equal to our Android button. If it is so, then another check is, if it is so and we are also after, it should be a constructor call. Okay, so we have to check if the node dot get kind, if the kind of the node is a constructor call, then we have to report. Okay, so we create our report here, create lint report with a fix. So this is what you are coming to do. So let's try to, I think we have already created a report before, so we can just copy the report we created here and paste it there. So let's create a report, and the element, we grab the location of the node, the particular node that we are after, we grab the location of it, and that is all for now. Okay, so then again we can like them how we publish our lint, custom lint, when we are done designing them. The same way we should do that, we should do this. And the last thing that we have to do is, we have to also, in the implementation of the issue, we have to also mention the scope. We have to add Java scope to it. So Java and resource files. Okay, so we can have these two, and after that let's try to publish our lint and see how it works. We can uncomment this, then we sync the Gradle. After it's being synced, then again let's try to clear. Okay, let's clear and have a clear console. Okay, so if as this one, if you want to use the Gradle W, if you are on Windows, you can just use Gradle W, but then if you are on Mac, we have to start this command with full stop / and Gradle W. Then you can publish your lint you have created. So let's try to publish it, and let's see, it is failing. So let's see what we are getting. Okay, fine. Now what we just did, it is here. So the lint framework is now suggesting to you that whenever you try to use a button, or yes, you try to use your button in the source code, Java source code, or even in a Kotlin, guys, we can, this is Java source code, so we can also test it in your Kotlin file and see how it works. So whenever you try to use a button in a Java source code, the lint will notify you, or it will warn you, and I mean the severity of the issue is error, so that's why it is highlighted in red. Okay, so now it is telling you try to use the theme custom view, as simple as that. Then it will give you the suggestion. Now it has replaced the button with our custom view. So if you want to do that, I think now this is an error, and every programmer will know that this reference doesn't match this reference. So we just try to do this and it works fine. Okay, guys, so this is the end of our tutorials. I think this one is very short because it's a continuation of the last tutorials that we had. Okay, so you can also try to test this. You can also try your hands on this. For you, for instance, if you want to maybe have a one-time instantiation of a library, you have designed a library and you want it to be, I mean, the entry point, you just want it to be a singleton. You just want to you want to instantiate it in the application once. You can use it to, you can use lint. You can write your own custom lint and it will do that for you. Okay, and let me give you a gist so that you can also try your hands on this scenario I just said here. When we have created your UAST handler and visited the core expression here, okay, we can try to keep log, or we can create an array. So whenever maybe this, for instance, our library that we are talking about is, let's say, my button, or maybe this library. Okay, whenever this library, the constructor call is being called like twice or more than one, in that case we'll be putting them in here. We create maybe an array. We have maybe something like an array, then you putting the information here. Then after that, there's a call, there's a method call hook call after project, after check root project. After the root project has been checked, then we can try to go over the information that we actually stored in our array list, and we check here if the array list, we can check here, check if the array list is more than one. Then it means like from 2 going, which is prohibited. Then you can go through the array list and all the information, and you just report the issue to the user. So guys, you can try your hands around this. So until then, have a happy coding, and don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel so that it will watch out for more videos. Okay, and if you have any comment, we are all learning together. So if you have any particular topic in Android and you might want me to treat it, you can put it in the comment box, and I will gladly do justice to it. Okay, so until then, have a goodbye.